Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a pretty cool video game that I have called Scrap Mechanic. So basically, the premise of this game, you build vehicles. I don't know, you could literally just put down 4 wood blocks, right? Then you just put some wheels on it. Wait, no, those are bearings. You need those to put wheels on. Right, so then you put... Wait, I'll get it eventually. You put some wheels. Wait, you know, I'm gonna have to extend this because the freaking lift is being annoying. So you put some wheels on your bearings so I can eventually get my bearings and wheels back. Right, so put some bearings on your wheels, or some wheels on your bearings, not the other way around. Put an engine on that spicy boy. You hook it all up. Then you gotta then you gotta turn on the engine, and whoop-de-frickin-do, look at that, you made a car, congratulations. Not driving that, it's more like a lawnmower at this point, but okay then. So what I wanted to show off in this video was a couple different things that I made. First off, this awesome AT-AT. It's not very big, I mean, like this, oh, hold on, I think I've got a bigger one somewhere. No? I guess not. But this, it's just basically a really small mini, I guess, AT-AT. You know, it walks around, does AT-AT things. You can tilt your guns up and down. You know, thing about the guns is that they only shoot potatoes. You know, it's just a video game. Guns can shoot potatoes if they want to. So this is a pretty, or at least for me anyways, it's a pretty complicated build. I mean, it's got 5 controllers, each controlling the pistons and the bearings in the gun, because back there, I mean, you can see it right there, there's bearings tilting it up and down, and then I had to have a logic sequence that make them auto fire, right? Then you've got your pistons that control the whole walking thing. You got a couple switches that, you know, control the guns that are then hooked up to the seat so that you can activate them while you're driving, right? So this thing basically is the most complicated, or one of the most complicated things I've ever built in this game. This is another walker that I built. Call it the Scout Walker because it's got the suspension, so it's pretty much just all-terrain. Now this thing, the only reason it works is because it's got these little things in it called infinite stabilization glitches. So basically, you got a couple bolts, you got a suspension, then you glitch some blocks into it, and whoop-de-frickin-do, your creation magically balances. Now, if I were to take these things out, let me just take a second to take them out. Already, you can see it doesn't work really. You know, I mean, like, if you consider having autistic spasms working and being a walker, okay, then you should probably see a therapist about that. But well, that's not really what it's supposed to do. But when you put the infinite stabilization glitches onto this thing, well then, my friend, you have got yourself a mediocre walker. But you know, it's cool because it's got the suspension on it and it's kind of all-terrain. Unfortunately, this thing likes to break quite a bit. But I mean, you know, it kind of runs. This thing also has, no, that's the button for the top. It's got spud guns on it. You can see the logic gates in back. Those flickering things, those are controlling the guns. So basically what happens is, you take a couple NAND gates, right? and you hook one into the other, and then you loop it back. So then basically this thing just infinitely goes back into itself unless it's powered on or off. So then all you have to do is take a couple of them, hook them up to some spud guns, and then, well, you know, it shoots. Unfortunately, the infinite stabilization glitches. If you like hit something too hard or like go too off terrain or like in hard terrain, you know, I mean, all of a sudden it gets off or it misaligned. So then what you have are it's trying to stabilize itself but in the wrong direction, so it ends up hunching over. So there's a lot of other cool things that I've made in this game, like some things are pretty simple, but they're fun to drive around, like this drag car. As you can see, it's only got a couple wires and it's not that complicated, but it can go incredibly fast if you can not crash. I mean, if you can get a long straight strip, like you can get that going really fast. I just hit my mic. I apologize for hitting my mic, I guess. I mean, that could hurt your ear rolls. I built a couple weeks ago this really cool rocket speeder thing. It's not a rocket speeder, it's more like a hovercraft, but I mean, I used a base that I had for a rocket speeder, but modified it so that it'd be a hovercraft. So this is your off-road hovercraft. You know, I mean, like, it can go anywhere, do anything. It's like the Jeep of the hovercraft world, right? I've got some other smaller hovercraft that don't work as well as that one. Like, if I can find it, there it is. This hover car thing. It sort of works. I mean, it really doesn't hover as much as it just bucks back and forth. But I mean, as you can see, it doesn't really handle the terrain as well as the other one. I mean, this one, there's a point where it just will probably flip itself over, or like jump so high in the air for no reason that it'll like it'll do something like that. You know, just general malfunctioning hovercraft stuff. I'll let that go be free in the wild. So then another one of my creations that I found really cool is, if I can find it, it's this pickup truck. Doesn't seem like much, but I mean, it's hard to make a truck that or like a realistic vehicle, because like the first truck that I made was this. Wait, hold on. Now here's the thing, when I made this, at first I was trying to make a realistic truck, but in the end it looked more like something that you drive around like an off-road track, or like do something professionally in, and not do like in this one. This is the type of thing that you go drive to the farmer's market and like load up 50 pounds of lettuce in. You know, I mean, like the coolest thing about this is the pistons back here that push the top of the bed down so that so that you can just walk in and out easily. And then also what you can do that I think is pretty fun, so if I can find it, I think I called it a turret, I think. Yeah. Gotta turn off the engine so that I can actually put it in. So, what this thing does, in a nutshell, right? So you put it somewhere, okay? You turn on the engine. There you go. Turn on the engine. Then, well, it just keeps on firing and firing and firing. And miraculously, just like has potatoes to shoot out. There's no further explanation. As you can see, like this thing doesn't really handle bumps as well as my hovercraft, or like the other truck that like this thing is a beast. Like, watch this. It'll just like tear up the terrain, like no hesitation, you know. I mean, like, if I could, if there was somebody who could drive this better than I could, you'd probably take it anywhere on the map and do stuff in it. In fact, just because I said that, I'm just gonna drive this thing around for a little bit and see if I can do any like sick jumps or anything. Forget about the sentry gun in the back of the real truck, I guess. I'm just gonna use this for a second, or a little while, I guess. If I can not flip it over. Thing about playing with the keyboard and mouse compared to a controller is that you have no throttle. Oh, hello, crashed hovercraft. You have no throttle control. You know, I mean, like on a controller, you've got the couple of triggers that you can pull, and you know, I mean, like you can control how much gas you give it. But on a keyboard, you click it, like you click the W key, which in general is forwards, and zoom. You're on your way. Like, there's no way to ease into the accelerator. It's just, congratulations, you just turned on your car. Good luck going 150 miles per hour down a hill, you know. So, like, in general, don't play racing games on a computer, because it sucks. Like, I think the reason that Forza Motorsport 6 Apex is free on PC is just because Microsoft was like, you know what, screw it, nobody's gonna play a racing game on a computer, let's just give it to them for free. Wait. What's this? This wasn't here last update. Cool. Huh. Something else pretty cool. You can paint stuff, so I'm just gonna get a quote-unquote canvas here. So, like, you can do paint jobs, like, you could just, make a little face. There we go. It's a face. Gotta give him unibrow. So, like, you can paint just about anything. Like, this truck here. If I can not fall off. Like this truck here, whoop-de-doo, now you got racing stripes. Actually, I'm gonna save this paint job and like use it. Hold on, just gotta finish this up. There. So now, whoop-de-doo, you got racing stripes. It's like, you can customize everything. It's not just the, you know, like the orange metal and the regular wood. Also, wood isn't your only, wood and metal aren't your only building options. Like, you can build stuff out of cardboard, and cardboard's cool. If I can get out a spud gun. Cardboard's cool because you can destroy it with spud guns. So, like, if I can get out the sentry, or the turret again. So we turn that on. Look at that, it's destroying it. I mean, like, also the game's got a pretty nice physics engine, like you can destroy it, and it's not like Minecraft or something like that, like it'll actually, I got this, hold on. It'll actually fall. Oh, I guess you can break stuff with a hammer too. Then, something that I've found to experiment with the physics engine, you can sort of play golf. You know, just hit blocks around. You know, all the usual stuff that normal people do with hammers. Alright, back to driving around and explaining stuff. Okay, so also you're not limited to land vehicles. I think I pointed out, like, and I'm not counting. I count hovercrafts as land vehicles because they just like hover off the ground, you know. I mean, that's like saying that. Actually, I can't think of a good analogy. Call back later when I have one. But like you can build like actual things that fly. Like this one. This is one of my original hovercraft, or not hovercrafts, planes. Now the thing is, flying stuff is incredibly difficult in this game, just because of the sheer amount of trees. There we go. So as you can see, now I'm in the air, flying in a plane, which is way faster than, you know, any sort of car. Oh no. Oh, perfect. You know, actually, I'm gonna try to go downhill on my off-road truck. And then when I make it eventually, I'll call that the end of my video. Gotta do a sick Tokyo drift. Or I guess not. 2 wheels. Sick tricks, bro. Tokyo drift. Maybe not. Alright. How to get alcohol poisoning. Every time that I crash, take a shot. But at the end of this video, you will like, well, it won't be good. No, actually, don't do that. I don't want to get sued. Because, you know, getting sued is bad. I don't know if you noticed this, but you sort of play as this, like, well, not sort of, you play as this dude. He's like an elf or something, because he's got these really little, like, stubby legs, and he's super short. I guess he's more like a dwarf. It makes sense, because, you know, like, in Greek mythology and stuff, dwarfs always built crap. Alright, I made it off the mountain. Alright, I'm gonna call that an end of the video. Alright, if you want to see more Scrap Mechanic, just comment down below. Like saying something stupid, like, suggest what I should do in Scrap Mechanic, I guess. No, actually, just tell me something to build in Scrap Mechanic, and I'll try my best and put it in a video. And for the love of God, don't tell me to make a penis. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have fun with life, I guess. Cue cringy dubstep Minecraft outro.